In this video, you'll learn how to float in 6 easy steps. You'll figure out the importance of buoyancy and how it can help you to float effortlessly. Hey, my name is Dan. I'm an All-American swimmer and owner of New York City-based swimming school. I'm sharing the knowledge of swimming with those who are trying to learn how to swim here on YouTube.
Nice.
I have been teaching swimming for the past 12 years and was able to help a large number of students. I've picked up a thing or two about art of the floating, and now I'm excited to share my knowledge with you. Stick with me until the end of this video to get some bonus tips that might help you to avoid making mistakes while learning prone floating. Floating allows your bodies to stay balanced on top of the water. Swimming and floating goes hand in hand. When we say swimming, we mean floating. When we say floating, we mean swimming. Floating is the most fundamental skill. Learning the proper form is crucial. It's pretty simple. You can't swim if you don't know how to float. The ability to float correctly allows the body to stay on the surface. The wrong floating technique slows your swim down. The good float allows your entire body to stay aligned on the surface. The bad float, in contrast, positions your body lower inside of the water. The higher your body stays in the water, the faster you swim from point A to point B. Before taking you to the pool, I need to explain an important concept to understand floating better. As you have noticed, we're still on planet Earth. Anything on our beautiful planet is affected by gravity. But there is a place where you can escape gravity. You can escape gravity in the water. The ability is brought to you by Buoyancy.
Today's episode is brought to you by Buoyancy. Looking to swim in the water, build your swimming school, get your athletic scholarship, or explore the world? Look no further than Buoyancy. Buoyancy will allow you to do all of these things and more. With this physical phenomenon, you'll be able to swim like a pro and explore the world's oceans, lakes, and rivers with ease. So what are you waiting for? Get yourself some buoyancy today.
Okay, thank you.
Buoyancy is the ability of an object.
No, really, thank you. I got it from here. Buoyancy is the ability of an object submerged in the water to stay closer to the surface. Simply being able to stay up and not drowning while swimming. You don't have to put any effort into being able to float. You make yourself buoyant by positioning yourself correctly inside of the water. Safety is the #1 priority. Make sure you're learning to float under lifeguard supervision. Stay at the shallow part of the pool so you can reach the bottom of the pool at any given moment. Okay, put your swimsuit on, take your phone, and let's head to a local swimming pool. Don't forget your goggles.
Nice.
Step 1. Position yourself the proper way in the water before starting the prone float. Bend your knees down to submerge your chest and shoulders in the water. Have your arms right next to each other, extended in front of you. Since the front float is the platform for 3 out of 4 strokes, you should have your arms extended to be ready to move the water with your arms. Keep your feet separate, away from each other. One in front, another behind, so it looks like you're about to start the race. Step 2. Inhale with your mouth before starting the float. Take a deep inhale with your mouth, hold the air inside of your lungs for the time you are floating in the water. You wouldn't always have to hold your breath while swimming. We need to keep as much air as it possible inside the lungs since we focus on the prone float and the buoyancy force in the water. The more air you have in your lungs, the more buoyant your body is inside the water. Step 3. Start floating. First, put your head inside the water to initiate your float. Keep your arms extended in front and hands staying close to each other. Start leaning forward with your torso and arms while your feet remain on the bottom of the pool. Keep on sliding until you feel your feet taken off the floor. You will feel your rear foot taken off while front stays down. Give your body some boost by pushing off the floor with your front foot. Step 4. Position yourself the proper way inside the water. Tuck your chin down and keep your eyes open while floating. Keep your entire body aligned. Let's call it the streamlined body position. Arms extended in front, legs stretched out behind. Keeping your legs and arms slightly separated should help to relax your muscles and joints. Keeping your muscles and joints loose allows you to float higher and have more balance in the water. Step 5. Propel in the water. Some people are naturally buoyant and can stay up close to the surface naturally, while others would sink even if they do everything correctly. If your legs are falling, allow your body to propel through the water to stay up. Pull and kick. Step 6. End the float. Learning how to end the float is vital. It is not too hard, so please take your time and learn this step. To end your float, you need to switch from a horizontal plane of motion to the vertical one, and then place your feet against the bottom of the pool. With your head in the water and your arms extended in front, bend your knees and tuck them under your stomach. You would feel your hips falling as you bring your legs under your torso. Wait until your legs are low enough for your feet to be planted against the floor. Once you reach the bottom with your feet, get your head out of the water and breathe. Consider helping yourself with your arms to speed up the process. Push your arms down towards your hips after tucking your knees and see how fast you can transition from horizontal to vertical.
Everyone's ability to float varies. Everyone's body is built differently, which affects how we buoy. It depends on your body composition, bone and muscle structure, body fat percentage, and lung capacity. It's easier to float with a higher body fat percentage. The heavier your muscles and the denser your bones are, the harder it is to be buoyant. I am working on a step-to-step guide on how to learn back floating. The video explaining the back floating is coming up next couple weeks. Isn't that a good reason for you to subscribe? I think it is. Hey, you have watched this tutorial until this moment. Here is your bonus. Some things might need to be corrected to perform the correct prompt float. Here they are.
Staying too high above the surface before starting the float. If you start your float with your chest and shoulders above the water level, you risk falling too low under the surface at least. At most, you are threatening to catch some panicky experience where it feels like you're falling. Not the most pleasant experience, if you'd ask me. Stay closer to the surface as you start in your float to experience more buoyancy and less falling. Breathing in with your nose. There is nothing wrong with breathing in with your nose when you're out of the water. Get used to breathing in with your mouth when you're swimming. Firstly, you breathe deeper when you use your mouth. Secondly, it's annoying when the water gets inside of your nose and burns it. Isn't that right? Exhaling while floating. Nothing wrong with you exhaling under the water. As a matter of fact, you should learn how to exhale under the water while performing swimming strokes. Since we're focusing on floating in this video, I want you to try to keep the air inside of your lungs. It will keep you buoyant while floating. If you continuously exhaling under the water, you will eventually drop down and lose your buoyancy. Not keeping your chin tucked. It is natural to see what's coming your way. However, picking your chin up and trying to look forward might change your positioning in the water. Your lower body drops if you look forward with your chin staying too far away from your chest. Do you ever feel the water coming into your nose while swimming? Well, one of the reasons it happens to you is your head position in the water. Tuck your chin down and see the difference. Keeping your muscles and joints too tight. The tenser you are in the water, the less buoyant you are. Unlock your muscles and joints for better mobility, balance, and buoyancy. Keeping your arms and legs attached while floating. When we look at Olympic swimmers, we see them holding a perfect streamline under the water. It looks beautiful, but you should remember that you are just learning to swim here. Keeping your arms and legs attached might cause your muscles and joints to lock, which we are trying to avoid. Keep your legs and arms slightly separated, have your elbows slightly bent, relax, and see how much easier it is to float this way. Avoid bending your knees and pointing your toes down while floating. If you bend your knees while floating, expect your legs to fall. Pointing your toes down towards the bottom will have the same result. Stretch your toes out and keep your legs extended, but don't lock them up. Keep your muscles as relaxed as it possible. Avoid these mistakes when you are stopping your float. Get your feet dropped down until getting your head out of the water. Otherwise, you are at risk of experiencing gravity and falling. Transition your body to a vertical position before getting your head out of the water. Tuck your knees under your stomach instead of tucking your heels towards your butt. Otherwise, you won't be able to transition your body from horizontal to a vertical position.
Sometimes correcting these mistakes wouldn't help you to float close to the surface, which is fine. In this case, you want to create consistent propulsion in the water to stay close to the surface. In other words, you have to move to be buoyant. The video explaining propulsion in the water is coming up in February. It's another good reason for you to subscribe. Meanwhile, you can follow the link that I leave down below in the description to get a free consultation. Fill out the form and attach the video of your swimming stroke. I will analyze your stroke and give you some recommendations about how you can improve your swimming. Thank you for watching this video. Consider sharing this video with someone learning to swim. Watch my previous videos where I share some insights that were able to help my clients to learn swimming. Good luck in the swimming pool. And remember, swimming is not just a skill, it's a lifestyle.